Hi guys, this is going to be a soft-spoken skincare and makeup video. I almost said roleplay, but it's not a roleplay. I'm going to do everything I would do to my skin on a normal day, or almost normal day, maybe more than normal day. But I just washed my face, so I haven't done anything else to it. The first thing I'm going to do is go get something I forgot, so I'll be right back. The thing I forgot was the first thing I actually do. Sometimes I'm not very good with, I'm sure you can tell with my skincare routine, I don't do it regularly. Probably on an average day I would do just washing my face, putting on moisturizer, and that's it. Maybe makeup if I wanted to do it that day. But the first thing I have that I try to do is the toner after I've washed my face. This is from Kiehl's. And you gotta shake it up because it doesn't have it anymore because I shook it, but it's got like the more solid part of the toner at the bottom and then just the liquid at the top. And I'm trying to sit in front of, I have a window here and this big crazy mirror right here that I usually have on the back of my door, and it fell off yesterday, so I figured perfect opportunity to put it in front of a window. So I put it on a little cotton ball. And then just put it. It's supposed to be like a pore refining toner. From my understanding of the way skin works, a lot of, like, see all this redness? That's something I also have. That's supposed to help with that. And I have makeup that's supposed to help with it. But anyway, my understanding of skincare, or skin in the way that it is a lot of products that are designed to change things about your skin aren't gonna work. But I always assume that they will, because that's just how I am. Like, I think most of the things, like vitamins, like skincare that says it's got vitamins in it for your skin, like it won't even absorb into your skin. Don't quote me on that, because I don't know a lot about skin in general, but so that's what I would do with that. And the next thing I have is also from Kiehl's, and it is the same, like, line that's supposed to deal with your pores and everything. It's like supposed to mattify your skin. I just do it because I like how smooth it makes my skin feel after it's a mask. I would normally do this at night, not every night, but some nights. I figured I'd go ahead and do it today. See if I can do it without making too much of a mess. And I would just put this everywhere. Don't put it in your mouth. The way that the mirror is, I'm trying my best to make it so that you can still see what I'm doing. I'm also trying to go slower than I normally do. Normally I just slop it on. It's also just fun to do masks. Like you're in a spa. I'm sure I look crazy right now. I also didn't bring a towel to wipe my hands off, but I would leave this on for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not sure how long you're supposed to leave it on. It says 10 minutes. Okay. But yeah, I just leave it on for a little bit. Or I'd put it on and then start doing something else and then realize I still need to take it off like 30 minutes later. But I'm gonna let it sit for maybe 3 minutes. And maybe while that's happening, I will go through everything else and then a little bit. I wash my face. Whoops, sorry. I wash my face with this Aveeno. I like it because it doesn't really dry my skin out a lot, like some things do. And I also use the Aveeno. I think it's in the same line, the Positively Radiant. I use this for my moisturizer, which I will do. Like a lot of moisturizers and face washes that I've used before make my skin feel really dry and like crusty and just awful, and then I'd put the moisturizer on and feel incredibly greasy. So I think that's a good medium. Like, it's not too greasy, it's not too dry. I also have this, which is also from Kiehl's. It's just a sample size, and it's a dark spot corrector. I don't have a whole lot of dark spots like under my eyes, but that's about it. I just use it because it's a sample. I got it for free. I have all the makeup that I used in my makeup. I can't think of the words today. The makeup showcase video where I just went through all my makeup and showed what I had, my makeup box. Because that really is all the makeup I ever use. Today I'm going to be putting on concealer, foundation, powder. I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows and doing that. I have some eyeshadow that I don't normally use. I think it was in the video that I made before, but I don't normally use it. And eyeliner and mascara. I can pretty much guarantee right now that the eyeliner part and probably the mascara part's not going to be very relaxing at all. It looks painful when I put it on, or I think that's the way most people put it on. But I know it hasn't been 3 minutes yet, but I'm going to go ahead and wash it off. Let me get all my stuff together real fast. I feel like I'm missing something. No, but I'll be right back, okay? I think I got all of it off. I hope so. And the next thing I use is the thing I said before, this Kiehl's dark spot corrector. I really just use it for the hell of it. It comes in this little thing with the little like eyedropper, and I put it wherever my heart desires that day, like maybe under my eyes, and because I know I got a little bit of darkness there, like on the sides too. Whoops, that was too much. And then I don't think it's really supposed to be for redness, but I just do it anyway. I put too much on just now, but normally I would try not to put too much on because it's nice, but it is like a little oily. It's not too bad, but if you put on too much, it definitely feels just too much. Be gentle with my eyes. I was driving to school the other day and I was sitting at a stoplight and I looked at myself in the rearview mirror and I saw I was getting wrinkles under my eyes. And I'm 21, so I wasn't really happy about that. So I'm trying to be a little bit more delicate with them, but knowing how I am, it's just, it may not last very long. I'll probably destroy my face by the time I'm 30. But the next thing I do is this moisturizer. It's got little crusties on it now. And just put it, you know, everywhere. My dry spots tend to be actually where I'm not putting it on right now. I just put it on the most oily parts of my face on accident. But my cheeks and my forehead, that's where most people get dryness. So I try to focus on those areas and not so much on the middle. But I still try to make sure it's rubbed in good enough. Another thing, I was watching, it's some girl on YouTube and she has a lot of beauty tutorials. I think it was her, but she had a video where she was like talking about how she put on her moisturizer every day. She put on like 5 moisturizers a day or something. It was crazy, but she would like tap her skin, and I do that sometimes because it does feel very nice, and it does kind of get the moisturizer in without really rubbing your skin, which is something you might want to avoid if you're trying to avoid wrinkles on the more delicate parts of your skin, like under your eyes, like just to tap it really lightly, or to do that, you know, this movement that some people do. I think tapping feels good though. You watch me tap my face for the next 30 seconds until it's all in. It feels like it's all in, so I'll go ahead and stop that craziness. But so that's everything I would ever do for just skincare. So now I'll go ahead and start on the makeup. I apologize if I get interrupted. I keep hearing things. It should be just me and my brother here, and he sleeps all day. I hope that wind chime's not too loud. I can't do anything about it. Okay, but the first thing I do is I have this from L'Oreal. It is a green colored concealer. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this. I don't think it was in my... It's so windy outside, I'm sorry. I don't think it was in my makeup case video, but I do have this, and it's supposed to be for redness. God, there's so many sounds, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't hear that. But it works, I guess, the way that if you looked at a color wheel, if the color wheel, the red part of it, if you looked exactly opposite, I think it should be green. So like they're like the kind of colors that cancel each other out. So that's how they came up with this, is you put this on your red parts of your face and it kind of cancels it out and makes it more neutral. I think it makes it look gray, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, especially if you're going to be putting something else over it. It just makes it like an easier palette, I guess, or base to work over. But I just put it on all of this like acne scarring, or if I happen to have a pimple, which believe me, most of this is just acne scarring. I do have a few pimples though, but I put it all over that. This is very different than I normally do my makeup, because I normally do it not with natural light. I have heard that it's better to use natural light, but I don't have time for that. But I'll just put it over all of it and rub it in, or as much of it as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. it does look really light and kind of crazy. Before I put foundation over it, but I think it works really well because it doesn't cover up as much like a normal concealer would. Kind of made my upper lip green. But it really does neutralize it a lot, so that when you put something else over it, it does look a little bit better. I've lost the lid. There it is. Okay. So that's what I do with that. Just put it on all the red spots. Next I use the Revlon Color Stay foundation that I think I mentioned in my makeup video. And I just use my fingers for everything. I know like there are makeup brushes out there. I don't usually like to use them for foundation, but I'll just spot it all over my face. Get it under my eye, and on the sides, because that's where a lot of darkness is. I'm gonna put it on half my face and see if you can really see the difference that it makes. And I'm not the best at putting on makeup because I don't do it all the time, so it may not look super great, especially since I don't use this kind of lighting normally. And I also don't normally do it on camera, so this is a little different for me. I try to make sure I get it over all the parts that I put that green concealer on, because I don't want to have my face to be green. I can't talk today. You probably can't tell the difference. I think the main difference is in my eyes, because that's really where most of it is, I think, with the darkness. But let me go ahead and put it on the other side now. I guess I can just use the camera as a mirror. I just rub it in like moisturizer. This is actually a little bit more than I would normally put on. It looks kind of light on my skin. I am really pale, but like looking at myself in the camera and then in this mirror, it looks a lot more natural in the mirror. I don't know why. It doesn't look as like pasty in the mirror, but that is acceptable for me. So the next thing I do is powder on my face. Don't know where else I would put it, so I don't know why I said that, but it goes on my face. And I use this Everyday Minerals. I don't know how I feel about it. I got it a long time ago. And I think it's okay. To me, it doesn't look too cakey on my face, which is something that I really hate in makeup, as I'm sure most people do. Hate that. think I actually bought this after watching a tutorial by that girl I mentioned earlier, who like taps her face. I just put like a little bit in this little lid and then I'll use it till it's gone. I'm not too particular about it. Okay, so that's that for powder. The next thing I'll do is my eyebrows. And I just use this little eyebrow color, this little brush, and and I just fill them in. I do have an eyebrow pencil that I think may have been in my makeup box video, but I've lost it, so it's fine now, I don't need it. So I just fill them in a little bit. I'm sure you can see the difference already. This is actually more difficult than I expected. I'm trying to use this camera as a mirror. Oops. I went a little bit out of the line there, but that's just fine. Looks even enough to me. And then I would put this liquidy stuff on it and just brush it to however I wanted it to go. My eyebrows aren't very thick, so there's not much I can do with them anyway, but this kind of keeps them in place throughout the day. Okay, the next thing I'll do is eyeshadow. And I have this eyeshadow primer right here. And what I usually do is I'll just dab it on willy-nilly. And I have this, I think it's for concealer normally, concealer brush, but I just brush it on with that. I definitely put too much on, but that's fine. I'm not going anywhere today. Right after this video, I'm gonna make my makeup roleplay video that I promised last week, but I decided to do a little bit more with it. So this will be my makeup, I guess, that I wear during that video. Right, and the next thing is the actual eyeshadow. And I'm pretty sure this was in the makeup video also. I have this random makeup brush and it's just a neutral color. I'm just gonna put it on however I feel like today. I know it probably doesn't look very good, but I'm just gonna put it. On the lid and the crease, because I just don't care today. I don't usually wear eyeshadow, if you can't tell. myself in the eye. Okay. Does that look even enough? Okay, good enough. And now I will do the part that I think will be the least relaxing. And that will be putting on eyeliner. And when I put on eyeliner, I usually just put it on my waterline on the top. I don't know if that's actually what waterline is, but, and I'll pull my eyelid up and just put it there. So, I'm sure this probably isn't super relaxing, but okay, I have to use the actual mirror. Oops. Good enough. So like any guys that are watching, it looks super painful, but it's not. It's really not. That was my cat. Sorry. I don't put a lot on. Usually. Oh no, he's coming. What is he doing? Hey. Come here. Oh. Oh no, they're both here. This is my cat. He doesn't want to be here. I'm gonna let him go. Both my cats are like wild cats. They came from the woods next door. So they're both kind of crazy. But now I'll do my mascara. Which doesn't look as painful as the actual eyeliner, but have a lot of eyelash. They're pretty thin and pretty short, but I don't really care. Okay, that's pretty much it. That wasn't as relaxing of a video as I was hoping it would be, but I hope you enjoyed it. And now I'm gonna go do the actual makeup roleplay. So just follow those steps if you want this gorgeous look.